Alright everyone, today I wanted to talk a little bit about the mid-credit and post-credit scene for Spider-Man Far From Home. I really enjoy them a lot, and I'm going to say right now that this is going to be a spoiler warning. There are some really heavy spoilers with the mid-credit and post-credit scene for Spider-Man Far From Home. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then definitely click off from the video, but leave a like before you leave if you could. I appreciate that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So with the mid-credit scene, we get to see basically Mysterio reveals Peter Parker, Spider-Man's identity to the world, and that was a really powerful moment. It was a really like oh snap type of moment and stuff. This is kind of one of the first time. This is like the first time, at least in the movies, that this has happened to Peter Parker, to Spider-Man. So now we have to see how Spider-Man is going to react to this. This is kind of like a I am Iron Man moment, but it's kind of being forced on Peter Parker without him wanting it or knowing about it and stuff. So we're gonna have to see how he reacts to that. And it's kind of crazy because at the end of the movie, it seemed like everything was kind of going in the right direction for Spider-Man, but now he is going to be basically probably hunted by a bunch of hunted. Does this mean that we might get Kraven the Hunter? So this is going to be shaking things up big time, and I wonder how Spider-Man is going to continue to tie into the Marvel Cinematic Universe moving forward, because it kind of showed that he is going to be taking over the role of Tony Stark in a lot of ways. He's basically going to be the new Iron Man, even though he's Spider-Man. He's kind of the new Iron Man, which is great. I'd rather have him be the face of the MCU moving forward than Brie Larson, hands down. But yeah, so now we have to see how he is going to tie into the MCU moving forward. Is Spider-Man going to be showing up at all before his next movie, or is it pretty much going to be radio silent when it comes to Spider-Man until the next Spider-Man movie? Who knows? But either way, we're going to have some really crazy stuff happen in Spider-Man 3, whatever that's going to be called, not Tobey Maguire's emo Spider-Man 3. But so we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how this is going to pan out. But that was a huge moment. This is going to be a game changer when it comes to Spider-Man. And it's really funny because the director was actually like, he doesn't know where he's going to go with Spider-Man from here now that he's kind of painted himself in this corner, he said, with revealing Peter's identity and stuff. So we'll have to wait and see where he takes it from here. But with that being said, I also really love the fact that they had J.K. Simmons returning and playing J. Jonah Jameson. I absolutely loved that. That was probably my favorite moment of this entire movie, to be completely honest, because J.K. Simmons is the perfect J. Jonah Jameson, and seeing him return really brought back a lot of memories of him as him in the Spider-Man trilogy and stuff. It was just really awesome to see, and I really liked that a lot. I really did. That was a great moment. And now for the post-credit scene. Now I have to try to remember what happened in the post-credit scene. Oh yeah, the Nick Fury and stuff. So basically, Nick Fury and Maria Hill are in fact Skrulls. It showed Talos at the end, and he is actually was disguising himself as Nick Fury and stuff. And so this is going to be a huge hint towards the future of the MCU. We're going to be getting there's no way we aren't going to be getting a Secret Wars movie. That is the future where we're heading right now with the MCU. I believe that Phase 4 might be focusing a lot on Secret Wars, and I think that'll be great. I think that will be a really fun direction to take the MCU in. I think there's a lot of cool stuff that they could do with that. It'll be really interesting to see where they take that, because there are so many different storylines that you could talk about and explore with the whole Secret Wars thing with Skrulls and stuff. So I think that's great. And it was really funny showing how Nick Fury seems to be working with the Skrulls almost, which I'm not sure how that works out. But I thought that was really interesting. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how that all pans out and stuff, but it's pretty obvious that that is the direction that we'll be heading in with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I'm actually kind of excited about that. The other thing that I really appreciated about the film is that it kind of seems like we aren't going to be exploring the multiverse type of storyline, at least not at this point when it comes to Marvel. So I think that's great. I never really was a big fan of the whole idea of the multiverse in the MCU and stuff, and at least of this time, it seems like we aren't going to be exploring that because Mysterio wasn't actually from the multiverse. He was actually from normal Earth, just like Peter Parker was and stuff. So I think that's great. I think that it was good for them to kind of close the door on that, and because we don't really need a multiverse at this point. When you bring in the multiverse, that just opens up a whole new can of worms. So I'm glad that they aren't going to be exploring that. So with that being said, let me know in the comments below. What did you think about the mid-credit scene? What did you think of the post-credit scene? What are some of your theories? I would love to hear what you guys thought about that and where things could be heading with the MCU moving forward. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.